Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Became the Succubus Dragon Emperor movie. Before we start, please go support kizunaddraig for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistaken character's gender, but of course Issei is a male. Hyoudou Issei, after his date with Amano Yuma, she tries to kill him, being that he awaits his end, which never came, since when he opened his eyes, he could see a silver-haired loli in a somewhat revealing outfit. She tells him that her mistress is waiting for him. Issei, seeing no other option, decides to go with the girl who saved him, being that the girl's mistress was a beautiful blonde woman with a great body. She tells him about the supernatural world and her position as the queen of the Succubi, which belongs to a special class of Succubi, which can live without the nectar of life, semen, for a long time until their body reacts to the right person. Now Issei will have to be the one to give the nectar to the beautiful succubus, but not only to her, but to some more who see that he is the right one too. A dragon that is only for Succubi. First of all, I warn you that after a certain point there will be scenes that are inappropriate for minors, so if you are a minor when Issei enters the bathroom in the chapter, leave immediately, and if you are not, enjoy it completely and let the story begin. Hyoudou Issei was a simple, ordinary boy with nothing special, or so he thought. He was known as a pervert by the girls, although in reality he was not perverted at all, since it was his classmates Mitsuda and Motohama who always got him into trouble, achieving with it that he could not have any relationship with any woman from the institute, being that it had depressed him in a certain way, but even so, in a certain way he did not care, since he felt that his life would change one day. That day came one afternoon after leaving the academy. Kuoh was invited out by a girl he didn't know who said she had feelings for him, which had excited Issei in a certain way, although at the same time he had a bad feeling, but he let it go. On the day of their date, Issei had done his best to get the girl who declared her love to him, named Yuma Amano. After the date, near dusk, they arrived at a park near a fountain. She asked him for something. "Can you die for me?" The girl said, smiling as her dress changed into a sadomasochism outfit, "Na, the one from the anime, and you already know who it is, right? If you don't know, don't watch this fic." At the same time that outfit appeared on her back, two black wings similar to those of crows appeared and created what appeared to be a spear, but made of purple light. It was fun while it lasted. Issei-kun. Yuma, said Issei, seeing how his girlfriend was thinking of throwing that at the brown-haired boy when he tried to walk backwards, and because of that he fell and hit his butt. "Why are you doing that? What did I do wrong?" "I do this because you have a very powerful weapon inside you," said the girl, smiling as she approached, "and you did nothing wrong, except that you are a useless human, and every human must die if they do not work for the fallen angel, so goodbye." The girl was about to throw that spear of light at Issei, but before that she was interrupted. "I won't let you," said a girl, hitting the one who tried to kill Issei in the face, throwing her against the trees. With that, the girl, who seemed to be a 15-year-old girl with silver hair and a somewhat revealing outfit, looked at the brown-haired boy with a smile. "Are you okay?" "Huh?" the brunette said, somewhat surprised. "Why, yes. I'm glad. It seems I arrived on time," said the girl, letting out a sigh as she saw how the girl named Amano Yuma came out from between the trees with some injuries. "Damn brat, you dared to hit me," said the girl furiously. "I'm sorry, but my mistress asked me that no one hurt him, and when I saw that you tricked him into killing him, I had to intervene," said the albino seriously. "So I'm sorry, fallen angel, but you can't kill Hyoudou Issei, since my mistress has set her eyes on him." "Damn brat," said the fallen angel, named so by the loli, throwing two spears of light towards the loli. "That won't work," said the loli, striking the spears with her fists, breaking them easily. "Now it's your turn." Saying that, the girl throws herself at the fallen angel to hit her repeatedly, and for one last time hit her in the stomach and throw her against the trees, leaving her completely unconscious. "Hyoudou Issei, right?" said the loli, smiling. "Why, yes," said the brown-haired boy nervously. "And why, who are you?" "I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself," said the girl, making her body shine as a black dress with white parts appeared. "My name is Maria and I'm a succubus." "I've heard about Succubi in history," said the brown-haired man with some nervousness, "but he hit it, you feed on the semen of men." "Yes, that's most of the Succubi," the girl said, smiling, "but there are some Succubi that are special." "As special?" said the brown-haired man, confused. "There are some Succubi that can live a long time without it, being that they will only need it when their body reacts with the right person, and you, Hyoudou Issei, were chosen by my master," said the girl, smiling, "so you have to come with me, since they know that you have a very powerful weapon inside you that the beings call sacred gear, and yours can be very dangerous because they have sent you to kill." That surprised the brown-haired man quite a bit. "So that's what Yuma meant," the brown-haired boy said somewhat seriously when he mentioned the girl who tried to kill him. "That's right," said the girl seriously, "but let's leave that aside, and please, Hyoudou Issei, come with me, because if you stay they might try to kill you again." "I see, I'll go," said the brown-haired boy, somewhat nervous. "Okay then, let's go," said the girl, smiling. Saying that, they both walk away from the place until they reach the forest, where the girl appears a magic circle in her hand, which makes a large mansion appear in front of them, and it is more or less 70% of the size of Ria's parents' mansion. In case you saw the anime, if you don't know which one it is, let me give you an image. When Issei saw the mansion in front of him, he was surprised since he didn't know or could think that something like that was so close to the city that he thought he knew completely, but upon seeing this, he realized that there are many things that he doesn't know. Incredible, said the brown-haired boy, surprised by the large mansion that had appeared in front of him. Is this your mistress's house? That's right, we've been here for about 5 years, the girl said smiling, so please come in. Saying that, they both entered and were greeted by a girl with short silver hair wearing a maid dress, whose highlight was not her breasts, but 2 horns that came out on each side of her head. When Issei saw her, he was surprised because the girl, although she looked serious, was beautiful. Rukia Onasama managed to bring Hyoudou Issei back before the fallen angel killed him, said the girl smiling. Well done, Maria, said the maid with a slight smile on her face as she stroked the lowly's head to look seriously at the brown-haired boy. This is Issei-sama. You very well, said the brunette nervously following the maid. Issei and the maid named Rukia entered a large room where the brown-haired man could see a beautiful woman with blonde hair and a great body that would leave any man in awe, and Issei was no exception, as he blushed at seeing such a beautiful woman in front of him, who by appearance did not seem to be over 25, since she was wearing a pink dress with a large neckline, being that one of the things that stood out about her, in addition to a pink tail that came out of her back which ended in the shape of a heart. When she saw Issei, she was very happy. Ursulita-sama, here is Hyoudou Issei-sama, as you requested, said the silver-haired girl, bowing slightly to the blonde. I'm glad, Rukia-san, said the blonde smiling, it seems your sister Maria-chan did a great job. That's right, Ursulita-sama, said the silver-haired woman with a slight smile, then I'll take my leave. Saying that, the silver-haired girl makes a last slight bow to leave the room, leaving Issei and the blonde girl alone. So we will not introduce Hyoudou Issei, said the blonde smiling, my name is Ursulita Igver, and I am the queen of the Succubi, it is a pleasure. The pleasure is mine, said the brunette, nervous and blushing at the girl's smile, who thought Issei only did that? We have to break the cliché, right? And because you asked me to come, the girl who brought me told me so, but I can't believe it. Why is it hard to believe? The blonde asked, confused. Well, how to start, said the brown-haired boy somewhat seriously. I am hated by the girls at my academy because they think I am a pervert, because my friends get me into their problems. The first girl who asks me out tries to kill me, so for me this is impossible to believe. She thought for a few seconds and then put on a big smile. Well, let's leave that aside, and why don't you go take a bath, said the blonde smiling. You got dirty after being attacked by that girl, so go. Very well, said the brown-haired boy, confused. Saying that, Issei leaves the room and he asked the maid named Rukia to tell him where he could take a shower, and she took him there, leaving him some new clothes. While in the room where the blonde was. I think I'll have to prove to that guy that I'm not lying, said the blonde, licking her lips while a deep blush of excitement appeared on her face. Issei was already inside the bathroom completely naked, since he was in what appeared to be hot springs inside, which left him surprised and somewhat nervous at the same time, since it was his first time in such a large place. After washing his body, he was about to get up when he felt a soft pressure on his back and a hand on his partner, which left him very surprised and blushed, and even more when he turned around and saw Ursulita the queen succumbing, since she was completely naked and with a big smile. Mom, Ursulita-sama, what are you doing here? Said the brunette, blushing and nervous. Just tell me, Ursulita Issei, said the blonde smiling, and to your question, I want you to see that everything you have been through and will go through is completely real. Lemon skipped. Issei, the blonde screamed as she felt her belly fill up, and at the same time she felt her first orgasm. After that, the blonde falls on the brown-haired man's chest with a big smile from both of them. Ursulita, said the brunette, since he caught the blonde's attention. Yes, darling, said the cheerful blonde, that's how she tells the person she loves, I'm not lying, that's how she says it in her anime. Why are you calling me like that all of a sudden? Said the blushing brunette. So this doesn't mean anything to you? The blonde said sadly. And it's not that, said the brunette nervously. I was glad, said the blonde smiling, but then? You could get pregnant because of what we did, right? The brunette asked, somewhat nervously. And I'm still too young for that, but if it happens, I'll take full responsibility for it. Darling, you're a little fool, said the blonde with a beautiful laugh. We Succubi can get pregnant whenever we want, but we won't get pregnant, so don't worry, it's still too soon for that. I see, said the brown-haired boy, a little relieved. But well, said the blonde, getting up, tomorrow you will start living here as you will have training. Huh? Why? The brunette said, confused. Fallen angels and demons will seek you out for what you have inside you, and I won't always be able to have you by my side, so you have to be strong, the blonde said seriously, so tomorrow your training will begin. Well well said the brown-haired man with a sigh, what else will happen? Boosted gear awakening. Hyoudou Issei was in what appeared to be a large completely empty room, where he was having a hard training session with the youngest succubus of the Maria mansion, and although she was young, the succubus was very strong, or so the brown-haired boy felt, since Issei had a training session which consisted of defeating the lowly in a fight, thus trying to awaken Issei's sleeping sacred gear. Both have been in that training since dawn, and at that time it was already 5 in the afternoon, and Issei was extremely tired but still did not stop, since he did not want to disappoint Mercelita. On the other hand, Maria didn't look very tired compared to Issei, although she was a little tired, but even so, she would only stop until the brown-haired boy did. "Come on Issei-san, you can do it," said the albino, dodging the brunette's blows with great ease. "If you continue like this, Mercelita-sama is going to be disappointed." "I won't give up," said the brown-haired boy continuing to try to hit the albino lowly, but after a few seconds one of his blows grazed the albino's cheek, which had excited the brown-haired boy. "I can do it." "You're doing very well Issei-san, but it's still not enough," said the lowly smiling as she hit the brown-haired boy in the stomach with enough force to knock the wind out of him and make him kneel. "I think it's time for us to take a break." "Not yet," said the brunette standing up and getting into a fighting stance. "We will continue until he is unconscious." "You seem to have determination and I like that," said the lowly smiling, "so let's continue until nightfall." After about 2 hours of training, Issei was lying on the floor of the room completely locked up and several blows to the body, while the albino lowly was standing with only one or another blow, but they were not very noticeable since Issei was still a human but had tried hard to be able to land those blows. "You've improved a lot in one day," said the succubus lowly smiling as she handed the brown-haired boy a bottle of water. "I give you credit since you learn quickly." "Do you think so?" said the brunette, drinking from the bottle. "I don't feel like I've improved in the slightest." "You won't become strong overnight, that's impossible," said the albino smiling. "If you continue like this in a few days, maybe you'll awaken your sacred gear. I wonder what it will be like." "I still don't understand much about what sacred gear are, you know Maria," said the brown-haired boy looking at the lowly who nods. "If I'm good, I know a little about them," said the albino closing her eyes to open them. "The sacred gear are weapons created by the biblical god given to some humans at birth. Some are powerful, while others only focus on support." "I see, I wonder what kind mine is," said the brunette lying down on the floor of the room. "Yours must be special," said the albino smiling, "because if it weren't, they wouldn't have sent you to be killed." "I see," said the brown-haired man seriously, remembering the fall that deceived him. "I think it's time for me to go home." "Huh? Why?" the albino said, confused. "You don't like being here?" "It's not just that I have to let my parents know where I'll be. I don't want them to worry about me. Besides, I'll go get some things so I can live here," said the brown-haired boy, smiling. "I see, I'll go tell Mercelita-sama soon," said the albino, leaving the room quickly. After a few minutes the albino lowly returned with a beautiful blonde who looked somewhat sad because Issei was leaving that place. "Do you really have to go?" the blonde said, somewhat sadly. "Yeah, don't worry, I'll just go let my parents know where I am and get some things so I can be here with you," said the brunette, taking the blonde's cheeks in his hands. "So don't worry, tomorrow after school I'll come back with you." "I'll trust you Issei," said the blonde, kissing the brunette with great passion and then looking at him with some lust. "And I hope you feel like it, since as you know I'm a succubus and I need you to be able to live, and also that I'll feel bored since I fell in love with you." "Don't worry Mercelita, I'll be back, don't have any doubt about that," said the brunette smiling. "So don't worry, tomorrow before nightfall I'll be here with you." "Okay, Maria," said the blonde, calling the albino, "give her that." "Yes Mercelita-sama," said the albino, handing what seemed to be a paper to the brown-haired man with a symbol on it. "When you want to enter, you just have to take it out and think of me so you can see the mansion," said the blonde, smiling. "Very well then, I will go," said the brunette, leaving the room, and a few minutes later, leaving the large mansion which a few seconds later had completely disappeared. "No wonder no one has found her yet, heh?" Saying that, Issei walks away from the place, seeing that it was too late, so he decided to hurry, although he felt something strange in the place, and when he turned around he could see a hooded man, but something told him that this man was not a human and told him to run, so he decided to listen to his instincts. But when he looked up he could see the man flying with black wings, which surprised him, and he decided to stop nervously since he knew he was a fallen angel, but even so, he knew he was not ready to face someone like him. "It seems that your survival instincts are working, human," the man said with a smile. "My name is Donasek, and I will be the one to end your life, since it seems that Rainer couldn't do it. How useless." "Rainer?" the brunette said, confused for a few seconds, remembering the girl who asked him out. "I see what you want from me. Nothing dirty about you, human, only that you are a problem for our people, for which you must die," said the hooded man, creating a spear of light in his right hand. "So this is your end." Saying that, the man throws the spear of light towards Issei, who narrowly dodges it, which surprised the man and made him smile at the same time. "It seems that someone trained you, but it won't be enough," said the man, creating 2 spears of light in his hands to throw them towards where Issei was, who could only dodge one, and the other one stuck in his left leg, causing him a lot of pain. Hahaha, even if you are a human, you have limitations and a weak body, so you won't be able to resist for long. Damn it, said the brown-haired boy, holding the spear of light with his left hand to hold on to it. "I won't die here, I have to return to Mercelita, I promised her." Screaming, on Issei's left arm appears a red gauntlet with a green gem and what appeared to be 2 golden horns. That surprised the fallen man quite a bit, as he instantly recognized what that was. "The boosted gear in that disgusting human," said the fallen, surprised and annoyed, creating 2 spears of light. Again, change of plans. "I'm going to capture you and extract the boosted gear, so Gabriel-sama will give me a high position by having the Red Emperor Dragon Gauntlet on his side. Boost boost boost." The voice resounded from the gauntlet, stating that it had greatly increased Issei's power. "I won't let you have this for anything in the world," said the brunette, launching himself against the fallen angel to hit him with great force in the face and thus send him towards the nearby park. "Damn brat," said the fallen one, taking flight to create 2 spears of light once more and throw them at Issei's eye. The movement came to Issei's mind, he didn't know who gave it to him, but he decided to use it. "Very well, dragon shoot," said the brown-haired boy, creating a small sphere of red power which he hits to create an enormous torrent of power which devours the spears of light and with it the fallen angel. When he had managed to see that he had finished off the fallen man, he decided to quickly go home, and there he greeted his parents and ran to his room to lock himself in, and once there he decided to look in detail at the red gauntlet on his left arm. "So this sacred gear is called boosted gear, huh?" said the brown-haired man, looking at the red gauntlet with a smile. "I finally managed to awaken my sacred gear, although it has only been a day since I entered this strange world. That will happen tomorrow, but before that, how the hell will I make this disappear?" When he said that, the red gauntlet disappeared from where it was, which surprised Issei. "Phew, I'm glad you could disappear because I wouldn't know how to explain this," said the brown-haired boy, sighing happily. The next day Issei quickly went to the academy, but when it was time to leave the academy he felt a look but decided to ignore it and quickly go home to get his things, since when he entered he did not expect to find a surprise visit. "Otu-san, Oka-san, I'm here," said the brown-haired boy, entering the house, seeing that his parents were on the couches, extremely surprised. "What's going on?" "Issei, why do you know that woman?" said his mother, pointing at the chair in front of him. "Huh?" said the brunette, looking where his mother pointed to see a beautiful blonde woman, quite surprised. "Me, Mercelita." "Darling," said the blonde, throwing herself at the brunette to hug him with great love. "I couldn't stand it long without you, so I came for you, darling." "I say, what is she with you?" said the brown-haired boy's father this time. Well, you see she is," said the brunette, to be interrupted by the blonde. "Maybe I won't introduce myself. Otu-san, Oka-san, my name is Mercelita Igver and I'm your son Issei's girlfriend," said the blonde, smiling, surprising Issei's parents even more. "What?" said both Hyoudou, surprised by what the blonde woman said. "Issei, is that true?" "Well, more or less," said the brown-haired boy nervously. "Come on, darling, don't lie," said the blonde, hugging the brunette more tightly. "Or what we did the other day was in proof of our love." "Dear, did you hear what he said? We will finally be grandparents," said Mrs. Hyoudou with a big smile and tears in her eyes, hugging Mr. Hyoudou, who was the same as his wife. "That's right, I thought our son would be a useless guy who wouldn't have a girlfriend, but it seems he's finally made it," said Mr. Hyoudou, hugging his wife with tears in his eyes and a big smile. "Mercelita, please come with me," said the brunette, pulling the blonde towards her room. "Issei, I want my first grandchild to be a girl," said Mrs. Hyoudou with a big smile, making the brunette blush and embarrassed. Already in the brown-haired boy's room, when he entered with the blonde, he locked the door. "Mercelita, didn't we say I'd be heading there in a few hours?" said the brunette, embarrassed by his parents' behavior. "Darling, you're right, but yesterday after you left we felt that great power and I thought you were hurt," said the blonde, hugging the brown-haired boy, putting the boy's face between her large breasts, making him blush like crazy. Calm down, Mercelita," said the brunette, separating from the blonde. "I think that the power you felt was a product of this." Saying that, Issei makes the red gauntlet appear on his left arm, surprising the blonde. "It's the boosted gear," said the blonde, looking at the red gauntlet in greater detail. "Issei, now I see why those fallen angels wanted you dead. This is one of the 13 Longinus, a weapon that can even kill gods." "Seriously?" said the brunette, surprised to see his gauntlet once again. "Wow, it's incredible. Even what is known as the boosted gear doubles the user's power to infinity," said the blonde, smiling. "Your sacred gear is special and unique, darling." "Great," said the brown-haired boy, smiling. "So darling, it's time for us to have our moment alone," said the blonde, kissing the brunette with great lust, and he quickly reciprocated the kiss. Mercelita, said the brunette, taking off the blonde's clothes, who did the same with the brunette so that in a few seconds they were both completely naked and blushing. Lemon skipped. You very well, said the brown-haired man, the red gauntlet appearing. I will try the boosted gear, and we will see what my limit is. Darling pervert, said the blonde lustfully. Saying that, they both had hex again for several hours, completely forgetting that Issei's parents were downstairs, more exactly in the living room. Darling, I think we will have our grandchildren very soon, said Mrs. Hyoudou happily. That's true, but what did Issei do to get such a woman? I feel a little jealous, said Mr. Hyoudou in a mocking tone. Dear, said Mrs. Hyoudou with a terrifying aura as well as an equally terrifying look, completely scaring Mr. Hyoudou. Dear, it was just a joke, you are the most beautiful woman of all to me, said Mr. Hyoudou nervously. I'm glad, said Mrs. Hyoudou, living in a cheerful attitude. Ugh, sighed Mr. Hyoudou, to think seriously, women are scary when they are angry. Proposal and training. Hyoudou Issei was waking up after having spent several hours having hex with Mercelita, even though he still felt tired after so many hours of doing it, but even so, when he opened his eyes, he could see the beautiful blonde with a smile on her face, which made the brown-haired boy quite happy. After that, Issei decided to wake up the blonde since he had to go to the academy, something he didn't want to be able to spend time with the woman he now loves. As he got off next to the blonde, he could see his father with a big smile, as well as his mother, which left the brunette a little confused. Good morning, Issei, said Mr. Hyoudou smiling. Good morning, Issei, said Mrs. Hyoudou with a big smile even bigger than her husband's. Hey, hello Otu-san, Oka-san, said the brown-haired boy somewhat nervously, but why are you smiling? Issei, when will you give us our grandchildren? With what you did yesterday you will give us many, said Mr. Hyoudou smiling, making the brown-haired boy blush and also making him get nervous, so tell me when we will be grandparents. Otu-san, please stop, said the brunette blushing and nervous. Mercelita-san, this was Issei when he was little, said Issei's mother with a photo album from when Issei was little, showing all the photos to Mercelita-igver. Darling was so cute when he was little, said the blonde with a blush and a smile, when she saw the little brunette to look at the brunette and with it throw herself at him, but even so now Darling is very handsome. Me Mercelita, said the brunette blushing and nervous. Issei, said Issei's father, putting his left hand on the brown-haired boy's shoulder and with his other hand raising his thumb, keeping her as your girlfriend, you have my full support. Otu-san. The brown-haired boy said in surprise. That's right, Issei, so take good care of Mercelita, said Issei's mother smiling, and Mercelita, take care of our Issei, please. Don't worry Oka-san, I'll take care of Darling, said the blonde smiling while hugging the brunette more tightly. For me, Darling is the most important thing, and don't worry, in a few years you will have your grandchildren. When she said that, Issei's parents hugged each other while crying with joy, making the brunette uncomfortable. Finally we will have our grandchildren, my dear, said Issei's father crying with happiness while hugging his wife. That's right, dear, said Issei's mother doing the same as her husband Issei and Mercelita. I wish you the greatest happiness for both of you, so you can spend as much time as you want with our Issei. Please stop, said the brunette quickly taking the blonde out of his house. After a few minutes of walking in silence, Mercelita decided to speak. Darling, did it bother you that I came to your house? The blonde asked sadly. Not at all, just that I felt a little uncomfortable with my parents' attitude, said the brunette smiling, but I'm glad they already know you, Mercelita. Darling, said the blonde smiling to kiss the brunette with passion, I think it's time for me to go. See you in a few hours, darling. Saying that, the blonde leaves the place by taking out some wings from her back. What will happen now? The brunette said, smiling, before heading back to the academy. The hours passed as usual until the moment in which Issei had to leave to go directly to where Mercelita lived, where upon entering he felt very nervous, which was strange because he was already used to being there and more, because that place would be his new home. When he arrived at the living room he could see Isekai'ed wearing some kind of armor while he was drinking tea next to Mercelita, who was sitting in the armchair opposite the Isekai'ed while having a look of absolute seriousness, being that when she saw the brunette she smiled a little to be serious again. Very well Mercelita-sama, it's time to get back to the main thing. I want to collect the favor I did you by letting you live here, like the others in my sister's territory, said the Isekai'ed seriously but with a smile. And that favor would be? Asked the blonde. I heard that she has the legendary Seekvaira as a partner, said the Isekai'ed looking sideways at the brunette while smiling, and so I want the Seekvaira to prevent my sister's engagement that will take place in a month. Sirzechs, with all due respect, but Issei has only just awakened his boosted gear to force him to fight, the blonde said seriously, and a month is very little time for him to defeat a high class. That is my request, Mercelita-igver, and it is the only one I ask for, said the serious Isekai'ed. I emphasize that request, said the serious brown-haired man. Darling, said the blonde, surprised to know that the brunette accepted that. Are you sure about that? That's right, if that stops them from bothering you about me, there's no problem, said the brown-haired man seriously, so tell me the date, time, and place to go. The engagement party will be in 30 days, the time will be at 5 p.m, and the place with this you can go directly to the place, said the redeed, handing what appeared to be a pamphlet to the brunette with this, I say goodbye Mercelita, have a nice day. Saying that, the redeed disappears from the room through a magic circle, leaving Issei and Mercelita alone. Darling, why did you accept? The blonde asked worriedly. I don't want them to ask you for favors, Mercelita, said the brunette smiling. Besides, with that, I'll be able to get stronger much faster and thus be able to protect you as well as protect everyone else. Darling, said the blonde, hugging the brunette and then kissing him passionately, that's why I love you, that's why and much more. Thank you Mercelita, said the brown-haired boy smiling. Okay, now we'll do something to help you train, said the blonde, smiling as she thought, a month is very little time to beat a high-class person. Mercelita, do you have any information about who I'm going to have to fight to stop that engagement? The brunette asked seriously. That's right darling, said the blonde, a hologram of a blonde man appeared, and you already know who it is, his name is Razor Phoenix, he is a high-class demon from the Phoenix clan, his special characteristic is his immortality, since no matter how you attack him, they can regenerate. I see, said the brown-haired boy seriously. He has won every battle he has fought, he is someone who should be taken into account as an enemy, said the blonde seriously, but how can you defeat him? I have a solution, said Ddraig as a gauntlet appeared on the brown-haired boy's left arm. The blonde said, surprised upon hearing the gauntlet speak. Darling, did the gauntlet speak? Oh that's right Mercelita, he's Ddraig the Welsh dragon. I was able to make contact with him while he was sleeping and during classes, and he explained several more things to me about the supernatural world, said the brown-haired boy smiling. So, to say Ddraig, what's the method? You must reach the balance breaker, that is the fastest possible solution, said Ddraig with a serious tone, in order to reach it, you must undergo hard training, and with that you could awaken the balance breaker and defeat the phoenix you will face. I see, I could train with Maria, but my power increase would be too slow, said the brunette annoyed. There is someone who could help you too darling, said the blonde smiling Rukia-san. When she said that, the silver-haired maid Rukia, Maria's sister, came through the door with a face full of seriousness. Is something wrong, Mercelita-sama? The silver-haired girl asked seriously. Could you train darling as hard and fast as you can? The blonde asked, smiling. If you want, I can do it, said the silver-haired woman seriously, and if I use that room? It might work, although being without darling for a month will be very boring, said the blonde sighing. Mercelita, what is that room? The brunette asked nervously. It's a room where time runs a little faster, even though 3 months in is a month out, the blonde said seriously, but I couldn't be without you for that long. When she said that she threw herself at the brown-haired boy to hug him with great affection. But if it's because you're stronger, I'll do my best to endure not being by your side, the blonde said somewhat sadly. Calm down Mercelita, said the brunette, cupping both of the blonde's cheeks. I'll finish the training to become stronger and be able to protect you from anyone and not be the one you protect your whole life. So once this is all over, I'll do it as much as you want. Seriously, said the blonde with a big smile and a big blush while the brunette nods, then go darling. Very well, said the brown-haired boy smiling. Rukia-san, let's walk. I have to get stronger. Very well Issei-sama, said the maid seriously. I will also help you train Issei-san, Rukia-sama said someone at the door, it being Maria smiling. I think the more people train me, the greater and faster the result will be, said the brown-haired boy smiling as he walked towards the entrance. So I'm counting on you, Rukia-san and Maria. Leave that to us Issei-san, said the silver-haired loli smiling. After a few minutes of walking they could see a door, although this one was different since it had a star in the middle and a image so you know. So that's the door to enter the special room, huh? Said the brunette smiling while maid Rukia nods. Then let's go, the faster we enter, the faster we leave. As soon as the three entered they could see what appeared to be a huge garden, but without any living beings, only grass and dirt for miles. Very well then Issei-sama, let's begin, said the maid, while her body appeared a rather revealing outfit that made the brunette blush a little due to the great body that the silver-haired girl had. And I didn't find a picture of her alone, but it's that outfit. Very well Maria, use all your power, said the silver-haired girl seriously. Really? But Issei-san is still too weak to bear it, the loli said worriedly. That's right, with that he'll be able to get stronger much faster, said the silver-haired girl seriously. Very well, said the loli as her body shone, at the same time growing a few centimeters, while her breasts and butt increased in size and her outfit took on a somewhat different appearance. Issei, seeing that, was surprised since Maria was no longer the little loli he knew, as she now looked more like a girl his age. How did it happen? The brunette said, still in surprise. It's an ability that Maria has, like some succubi who haven't released their full power, said the silver-haired woman. She was able to release all her power, but only for a while. I will make her stronger so that she can also defend herself. I should have guessed, said Maria sighing, but very well Issei-san, let's begin. Very well, boosted gear, said the brown-haired man smiling as his red gauntlet appeared on his left arm. Ddraig's voice resonated, increasing Issei's power. Let's begin, said the brown-haired boy smiling while the two albino girls threw themselves at the brown-haired boy. While outside you could see Mercelita sitting on one of the sofas, bored. Darling has only been gone for 5 minutes and I'm already bored, said the blonde sighing. I want Darling back. Mercelita-chan, but yesterday you had enjoyed your new boyfriend a lot, someone said, being that she was a woman or rather a lowly mother, Maria and Rukia's mother. Shella-san? Said the blonde surprised. Or was I wrong? The albino asked, but the blonde just nodded, confirming what the albino had said. Tell me how many times you and that guy did it. Well, we did it all night, maybe we came 20 times, said the blonde, nervous and blushing at the same time remembering it. So you've practically filled all your reserves and can handle the time it takes for your training, the albino said, smiling. You're right, but I'm going to miss him, said the sad blonde. But what can you do? You've become too attached to the boy, said the albino smiling, and tell me, what's his name? His name is Hyoudou, Issei, said the blonde smiling. I see, I think I'll keep an eye on him, said the albino smiling. Is this training or hex? Hyoudou Issei was in his training with the Succubus sisters Maria and Rukia, even though in the room it had been just 2 weeks since the training began, and it was not very easy to say the least. Every day Issei had to face Rukia and Marie in hand-to-hand combat and using some magic, even though with just 10 increases, he could still be on par with Maria, who still couldn't control her power at 100%, not to mention Rukia, who even when Issei reached his limit, could face him, even though Ddraig had told her that she would need a lot more training to be able to fight on par with the Succubus. Right now he was dodging as many hits as he could from Rukia, but each time it became impossible until he ended up receiving a blow to the stomach which knocked the wind out of him. Okay, I think that's enough for now, said Rukia, disappearing her outfit to return to the typical maid attire. Issei-sama can take a little break. Thank you, Rukia, said the brown-haired man on the floor, shaken. Even though I've trained for 2 weeks, I barely feel that my strength has increased. Issei-san, your strength has increased, but don't think that in such a short time you can be as strong as Rukia Onasama, said the lowly Maria smiling. You have to train for much longer to be able to become as strong as her, or at least get close to her power. I know, but I only have 3 months to reach Balance Breaker and go face that guy to prevent Mercelita from being used by the demons, said the serious brown-haired man, so I will need more power. Issei, with just 2 months of training you will be able to awaken the Balance Breaker, and the rest will be to increase the usage time to at least 3 days, said Ddraig with a serious voice. With this, you will be able to defeat your enemy and get them to stop asking your female for favors. Are you sure about that, Ddraig? The brunette asked. Of course, I assure you that you will be able to achieve it. Once you reach the Balance Breaker you will be able to defeat him, although first we will see how strong he can be, although I do not think he will surpass a high class, said the sealed dragon seriously, so if you continue with your daily training, you will have a great chance of winning Issei, of that there is no doubt. Very well, I'll trust you, Ddraig, said the brown-haired boy smiling. After that, the whole month had passed and Issei was getting closer to achieving the long-awaited Balance Breaker, and he only had 1 more month to achieve it, but before achieving it, something would happen, which would mark his beginning to fall in love with more women, apart from his partner Mercelita. Issei was having a small confrontation against Maria, with all her power being that now Issei could face her a little more, and in addition, the lowly had also become strong, managing to maintain that form for more than 15 minutes. After several minutes, they both stopped training because Issei felt something was strange. Hey Maria, where is your sister Rukia? The brunette asked since he hadn't seen her all day. The last time I saw her was yesterday while you were talking, so do you know where she is? I don't know, Issei-san, said the succubus returning to her lowly form while looking nervous. You should know, Maria, you are her sister, said the brunette seriously, so tell me what's going on, where is she? Well, you see, Issei-san, I asked Rukia Onasama to leave me alone with you for today, said the nervous and blushing lowly. But that's because wait, don't tell me that you said. The brown-haired man understood what was happening. That's right, Issei-san, and I need you, said the lowly, throwing herself at the brown-haired boy to kiss him passionately. After a few seconds she pulled away while a thread of saliva connected them. I don't know how, but I ended up falling in love with you, and my body is asking me to do it with you, and I can't stand it anymore. I know you're going out with Mercelita-sama, but I need you too, Issei-san. Are you sure about this, Maria? Once we do this, I'll mark you for life, the brunette said seriously. It doesn't matter, I need you and I want you, Issei-san said the loli taking off the brown-haired boy's clothes. Maybe I don't have a great body like one Sama or Mercelita-sama, but I'll do my best, so I'll use my adult form. I don't care if you don't have a great body, Maria, but if you love me and don't mind being by my side your whole life, I wouldn't mind doing it with you, said the brunette, smiling. Seriously, Issei-san said the loli smiling. That's Maria, although I don't know if Mercelita cares about that, said the brunette nervously. I wouldn't want to be unfaithful to her. Don't worry about that, Issei, a dragon can have more than one partner, so you can do it with pleasure, goodbye, said Ddraig from the gauntlet. I see, then there won't be any problems, said the brown-haired man smiling. We can do it, Maria. Seriously, thank you, Issei-san said the albino loli taking off the last piece of clothing from the brown-haired man, leaving him completely naked, just as she quickly took off her suit to also be naked when she decided to approach the brown-haired man. Lemon skipped. The shaman of Issei Shama is the best, said the albino as her legs trembled as she fell weakly to the ground. Felt so good. The brown-haired boy laughs nervously. And by the way, where is Maria? Elsewhere in the room, the lowly Maria could be seen tied up all over with ropes, done by Rukia. Rukia Onasama wants to take Issei away from me, I don't want that, said the lowly with tears in her eyes. The 3 months had passed in the room and Issei was already out with everything to win in the battle that he would have, being that he decided to say goodbye to Mercelita to go to the place where he would have the battle, which would not be more than in 5 minutes. Days before. Hurry as dear, you saw that you didn't have a single chance against me, said a smiling blonde man. Okay Razor, I admit defeat, said a redhead on her knees on the floor with parts of her uniform burned, as well as the body of a blonde on her legs. Our wedding will be in a few days, I hope you're ready, hahaha, said the blonde, smiling. Meanwhile, elsewhere on the day of Issei's battle. I hope that at least the Seekvaira can be strong enough to protect his loved ones, the last one wasn't, said a hooded man. What do you say? You're right, let's hope he can at least do what the other couldn't do, said an albino woman next to a brunette and another hooded woman. You're right, but we'll see about that later, said the man smiling. I trusted him. Succubus Dragon vs Conceited Phoenix Part 1. Hyoudou Issei was in the living room of his new home, waiting for the moment when he would have to go to the underworld to avoid the engagement of the sister of Mao Sirzechs, Lucifer, being that he was very nervous since it would be his first real fight, and more knowing that he would face someone who is almost immortal, and he was worried since he thought that his current level would not be enough to defeat the demon. Damn, I need to stay calm, said the brunette nervously. Calm down, Issei, this is necessary to prevent them from continuing to use Mercelita, sigh. Darling, said the blonde hugging the brunette from behind. You're still nervous about your battle, aren't you? That's right, Mercelita, said the brunette nervously. I know I became very strong in those 3 months, but I still don't know if I'm at a level high enough to beat him. I trust you, darling, said the blonde smiling, and I know that you can win since you have tried hard these last 3 months that you were in that room, and I believe in you completely. I know I've tried hard, but I still feel like if I lose I could lose you forever for being weak, said the brown-haired boy annoyed, clenching his fists tightly. And I don't want that, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life, and I don't want to lose you at all. It doesn't matter who I have to face, I have to beat them if they threaten your life, but even so, I feel insecure now. Darling, I trust you completely, and if you manage to do it, which I am completely sure you will, we can do it however you want, said the blonde, kissing the brunette with great passion as they separated due to lack of air, leaving a trail of saliva. What do you say, darling? Very well, I will do it, said the brown-haired man smiling as he took the pamphlet with the magic circle out of his pocket. So I will go and stop that, and I will come back as quickly as I can. I will bring you my first victory, Mercelita assured you. Does Mercelita-sama think Issei can win? Asked the lowly Maria, nervous and worried. That's right, I believe in darling completely, said the blonde seriously looking at the little albino. And by the way, Maria, who gave you permission to do it with darling? Well, see Mercelita-sama, and I couldn't help it, said the nervous lowly. Issei made my body burn, asking me to do it with him and be able to feel what you feel with him, and I'm very sorry. Sigh, it doesn't matter, said the blonde. Rukia-san already explained everything to me, so there's no problem, Maria. Back with Issei, he had arrived at a kind of room where he could see the pictures of several people, but of all of them, he could only recognize one, which was of the demon who had asked Mercelita that the Seekvaira go and prevent her sister's engagement party. Very well, I think I shouldn't let anyone discover my identity for now, said the brown-haired man seriously. So balance breaker. Welsh dragon balance breaker, roared Ddraig, activating the red emperor dragon armor. Okay, now it's time to stop that party, said the brown-haired boy, throwing himself against the door that was several meters away from him, destroying it completely, alarming all the demons and leaving them even more confused. The guards there quickly surrounded Issei, but he didn't even get nervous. Don't interfere, said the brown-haired man, quickly hitting everyone, throwing them against the walls, since they weren't going to get out of there for several hours. Who do you think you are, ruining my human engagement party? Said an annoyed blonde. You must be Razor Phoenix, right? Said the brunette seriously. That's right, and who are you, human? Said the blonde, annoyed. I won't say my name for now, but what you should know is that I am the legendary Seekvaira, and I have come to stop this stupid arranged wedding, said the serious brown-haired man. Stupid, said the blonde, annoyed. Damn human, I don't care what you are or that you are a legendary dragon, but today you will be dead. Razor-kun, you better stay calm, said Indeed, I had planned this, since my little sister's rating game wasn't the most fair. What is Lucifer-sama talking about? Said the nervous blonde. Razor-kun, you had your full entourage while my little sister didn't even have half of hers, so I think an event could be the best to even things out, said the Indeed, smiling, confusing the blonde dragon versus Phoenix, two mythical creatures fighting each other. Wouldn't you like to show us your great power, Razor-kun? If you ask, I don't see the problem, said the blonde seriously. Very well, said the Indeed, smiling. Seekvaira-kun, you already have what you want if you win, right? Yes, if I win you will leave Igver alone forever, said the serious brown-haired man. Igver? Said the blonde, confused to remember it, or do I remember that Succubus is your mistress, isn't she? Well, very well, if I win, I will stay with Ria's Gremory, and I will return to your mistress, my lover. Damn it, said the brunette furiously, then if I win your engagement with Ria's Gremory will be cancelled, and you will never show your face in front of me again if you don't want to die. Saying that they were both taken to a small pocket dimension where they could fight without worrying about hurting each other. This battle will end as soon as possible with you on the ground begging, said the brunette, serious and furious. This won't last 5 minutes, so start the engagement again and bring that succubus with me, said the blonde, smiling. So let's get started, damn it, said the brunette, turning on his propellants and launching himself at the blonde at high speed, appearing in front of him. Take this, damn it. Saying that, Issei hits the blonde in the face with great force, throwing him against one of the columns in the place. Damn human, said the blonde, coming out of the hole where he was while surrounding himself with yellow flames. I will never forgive you for this, damn it, no one touches me, much less a dirty human. Saying that, he throws himself against the chestnut tree covered in flames. Well, I will never forgive you for daring to think about touching my Mercelita, said the brunette, furiously launching himself against the blonde with his propellants. They both collided their fists to create an explosion that sent them flying away from each other, with Issei being the first to get up. I will never let you lay a finger on Mercelita, said the brunette furiously, and if you try to do so, I will tear you to pieces. We'll see about that, human, said the blonde, smiling, since you have dared to intervene in my engagement, and I will not allow that, much less to a dirty human. I'll show you what this damn human can do, said the brown-haired boy, creating a crimson ball of power in his left hand dragon shoot. Saying that, a great crimson torrent is launched towards the blonde, who manages to dodge with little difficulty. Yeah, that's all. Said the blonde, smiling as he saw how the brunette's attack had gone the other way. I didn't expect that to hit you, the brunette said angrily in front of the blonde. I just wanted that to distract you so I could hit you even more. Saying that, Issei hits the blonde in the face and then with both hands holds his head and knees the blonde several times. I hope that calms you down, damn it, said the brown-haired man, throwing him to the ground. On the ground there was a curtain of smoke where the blonde had fallen, and he looked dirty on his clothes, but the wounds were healing because his clan's specialty was the phoenix flames, which could heal any wound. Those were good hits, human, the blonde said, smiling, but you'll need more than that to defeat me, so now I'll show you a real hit. Saying that, the blonde launches himself against the brown-haired man, charging his fist with fire just like Issei with dragonic power. Let's see which is stronger, the flames of the majestic phoenix or those of a simple dragon, said the blonde, hitting the brown-haired man in the face to at the same time receive a blow from Issei, being that the blondes had more power, managing to throw him towards one of the towers of the place. Hahaha, is that all, or are you afraid of me? DSK, said the pained brown-haired boy, it seems that his flames even pierce the scales of my armor. Ddraig was right, he is someone against whom I should not let my guard down. Have you already given up, or are you saying your last word, said the blonde, creating a large sphere full of flames. Well, whatever you said, I hope it helps in the afterlife, die human. Saying that, Razor launches the large fireball towards Issei, which manages to hit the Seekvaira. Haha, it didn't last me even 5 minutes, said the blonde, smiling with his fiery wings spread. Lucifer saw me start the I am possible. When he looked closely he could see how his sphere of phoenix flames was rising. Boost 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 boost. Draig's voice resonated, increasing Issei's strength, and thus he managed to raise the fireball. I have my tricks to Razor Phoenix, said the brown-haired boy, smiling, so now you will take a little of your own medicine. Shoot a phoenix dragon. The Seekvaira shouted, launching a great torrent of crimson power with flames towards the blonde, even though the speed at which he was going was too high to be able to dodge it. Damn, said the blonde, covering himself with his arms, waiting for the attack which never came. Huh? Idiot, said the brown-haired boy, appearing in front of him while behind him was the crimson ball. You won't suffer just with that attack, so suffer Dragon Strike. Saying that, Issei punches the blonde's stomach, and even though it had caused him a lot of pain, he remained standing. Are you an idiot? We will both receive the attack, said the nervous blonde. It doesn't matter since I have protection, said the brown-haired man, smiling, but you will suffer completely. Both received the sphere completely, which exploded upon impact, throwing the brown-haired boy against one of the towers of the place, with several parts of his armor broken as well as his helmet, and a certain Redeed was surprised to see that she knew that boy. I can't be Ria's, Gremory said in surprise. That boy. What's wrong, Ria's? Sirzechs asked, confused by his sister's reaction. I know that boy, he studies at the same academy as me, and I was thinking of recruiting him for my entourage, but it's been almost over a month since all trace of him disappeared, said the surprised Redeed Onisama. Do you know why he's there fighting, or why he's the legendary Seekvaira? Rias, I'm sorry to tell you that someone has already beaten you to the legendary Seekvaira, and she will never let him go for anything, said the Redeed, smiling, but what I know is that he will support us a lot in our future. Returning to the battlefield, Issei was panting because he received more damage than he expected. Ah, gasp, was that enough? Said the brunette, exhausted to see a yellow glow in the sky that repaired his armor instantly. It seems not. That was a big hit, but he won't die or lose with just that, Issei. You have to hurt him even more, said Ddraig seriously. You're right, said the brown-haired man seriously. This is not over yet, Seekvaira, said the blonde between the smoke. I admit that you are someone powerful and fearsome, and you are the first to whom I will show all my power. The blonde said as his clan symbol appeared behind him like a burning phoenix. This is the true power of a phoenix, which our clan has kept hidden, but you will be the first to see it, said the blonde, surrounding himself with golden flames, increasing his muscle mass a little as his eyes turned golden. This is the hidden power of a phoenix, the true power that the legendary phoenix gave us, phoenix form. Oh damn, this will be even harder, said the brunette nervously. Now my chances are much lower. Succubus Dragon vs Conceited Phoenix Part 2. The Rage. Hyoudou Issei was seeing in front of him the hidden power of the Phoenix clan, which surpassed his own by a good measure, so now he didn't even know if he could defeat it, but he wouldn't give up at all. What's wrong, kid? Are you going to give up now that you see my majestic power? The blonde said arrogantly. Now you don't have a single chance of defeating me. We'll see about that now, idiot, said the brunette seriously, launching himself against the blonde with the help of his propellants to try to hit him. It's useless, said the blonde, smiling, dodging Issei's blow and hitting him in the stomach with a knee, and then with a blow with his arm, sending him to the ground. Hahaha, you are useless. Now I am in a completely different league than you, dirty human. And how the hell is it possible he's that strong? The brunette wondered, getting up from the ground with difficulty. Come on, trash, weren't you going to defeat me? Hahaha, now you're nothing more than a simple insect, said the blonde, smiling, throwing a yellow fireball at the brunette, causing several wounds all over his body. Hahaha, you deserve that, you dirty human. Damn, said the brunette, trying to get up from the ground to receive a kick from the blonde which buries him even deeper into the ground. Hahaha, filthy human, you won't be able to stand against my power, said the blonde arrogantly, stepping on the brunette, causing a lot of damage. Is that all you can do? You're a mere human like the millions who must lick our feet, hahaha. Madame Gaya, said the brown-haired boy in pain, and I won't give up. You're just trash, aren't you? The blonde said, annoyed. Well, I think it's time to punish you, you filthy human. Saying that, Razor hits Issei in the stomach to send him against one of the walls of the place, burying him in it, leaving Ria's Gremory and Sirzechs' Lucifer completely surprised, since the power that the Phoenix expelled was very great. Onisama, it's better to stop this fight. He can't fight anymore, he's about to die, said the worried Redeed. I'm sorry, Rias, but this battle won't stop until he gives up or dies, said the Redeed seriously. He himself told me that he wouldn't give up and wants us to stop asking favors from his mistress, and if we cancel everything he's done we'll go to the trash. But she said to the Redeed to be interrupted by the Redeed. And if we do it, he will lose all rights to his mistress, since Razor wants her as his prize, said the Redeed seriously, and you know that we must give the winner what he asks for, so understand that, Rias. You very well, Onisama, I understand, said the Redeed, annoyed while she clenched her hands in helplessness at not being able to do anything. Back with the battle, Issei was being repeatedly hit in the stomach by the blonde, with large amounts of blood coming out of his mouth. Haha, is that all, you filthy human? You weren't even good for me warming up like this, haha, the blonde said, laughing as he continued hitting the brunette. The brown-haired boy screamed in pain after receiving those blows, even though there was no way he could defend himself. It's better that you give up, human, you'll never be able to beat me, said the blonde, smiling. Your mistress will be mine, and I'll enjoy her a lot, hahaha, and you'll see it when I do it to her, hahaha. What did you say? The brown-haired boy said angrily. That I will buck your mistress and you will not be able to avoid it because you are a weak human, said the blonde, trying to hit the brown-haired man again, but he stopped him with his open hand. And I won't let you lay a finger on my mercy, said the brown-haired man furiously while expelling a large amount of intense crimson aura. What is this? Said the blonde, confused as he walked away. Why, his power is increasing even more. I, the one who will awaken. I am the heavenly dragon who stole the principles of God's domination. I laughed at the infinity and despised the dream. I will become the red dragon of domination. I will sink you into the depths of crimson purgatory. Juggernaut drive. When Issei said that, his armor began to change, his neck lengthened, his legs enlarged, his arms became larger, as well as his dragon wings took another form which is known as Juggernaut Drive, the cursed form of the boosted gear, where the soul is sealed Ddraig, which unleashed a great power with which he sent the blonde phoenix flying, as well as making all the demons scared and surprised. What happened, said the red-haired Sirzechs, confused upon seeing that scene in front of him. Why does the Seekvaira have that form now? He's much stronger now, said the Redeed, terrified, seeing the brunette's monstrous power. On the battlefield, Razor Phoenix seemed somewhat fearful, but he still believed he could win, so he didn't run away, something he would regret for the rest of his life. Is that all the power you have, human? The blonde said, smiling. That won't be enough to defeat me, human. They'll kill, the brunette roared angrily upon seeing the blonde kill Razor Phoenix. Kuoh. The Seekvaira roared once more as steam gushed out of its mouth in large quantities. Yes, simple human, you won't even be able to, said the blonde, to see how in a second his left arm, like all his body parts on that side, was torn off, leaving the blonde incredulous and terrified. My arm, Gaia. They'll kill, the Seekvaira roared angrily upon seeing the blonde. Get away, Ba Bakemono, Dante, come near me, said the terrified blonde, losing his new state. Ba Bakemono. Issei just looked at him with anger, while at the same time his new face showed a macabre smile which made Razor Phoenix completely terrified. Ba Bakemono, don't come near me, said the terrified blonde as he walked backwards, terrified. Someone save me, please. Oh, Onisama, what happened to him? Said the terrified Redeed. Now Razor can't do anything against him, but why? I don't know, Riaz, but his power is very enormous, said the Redeed seriously, but if he stays there he will die quickly. Someone take him out right now. When he said that, hundreds of guards went towards the place to try to stop the Seekvaira, but all those efforts would be in vain, and so would Liv's. Stop Seekvaira is an order from our Mao Lucifer, said the guards, while pointing their weapons at the dragon Issei, who just turned to look at them with a smile, which terrified everyone. Attack now, attack with everything. They all launched great bursts of demonic powers which impacted against the red dragon, or so all the demons believed, but the attacks had not hit at all, since the red dragon was covered by a layer of red power which served as a shield, leaving all the demons in disbelief. Impossible, I should be dead, said all the demons to be hit by the tail of the red dragon, and with it losing their lives on the spot when they were split in half, leaving all the demons even more terrified by the power of a dragon's anger. But the other demons, everyone was increasingly terrified because of what they were seeing, since this was too much for everyone. Damn it, said the Redeed nervously, seeing how all those guards were killed in a single second, and even more so, seeing that the red dragon didn't receive a single scratch. What the hell can be done now? Sirzechs, you must act now, said an older Redeed behind them. Oh, Tusama, you know that I cannot intervene in situations like this, I am prohibited as the Mao, said Lucifer angrily. Sirzechs, you must do it or Razor Kun will die, said the older Redeed seriously. Even if I wanted the advice of the elders, it is strictly forbidden to me, said Lucifer, annoyed. If it were not so, I would have already tried to stop him. Sirzechs, you have disappointed me, said the older Redeed, annoyed. I'm sorry, Otusama, said the red-haired Sirzechs, annoyed with himself, but right now I can't do anything. Inside the battlefield, Razor Phoenix was terrified to see the dragon in front of him, and his pants were getting wet with his urine from the terror he felt. Don't get near me, Ba Bakemono, the blonde screamed in terror, trying to throw fireballs at the red dragon, but they were all evaporated before even touching him. Don't hurt me, please. You are just an insect, said the dragon, taking the blonde with his claw. You will never be able to defeat me because you made me angry, you bucking demon. Saying that, the red dragon throws the blonde towards one of the walls while the gems on his wings began to blink very quickly while the word boost resonated, having sounded hundreds of times. Then the blonde screamed, terrified, since he knew what was going to happen after that. Longina Smasher, roared the red dragon, releasing a green torrent that came out of the red dragon's chest and devoured Razor Phoenix, disintegrating him completely. The phoenix screamed one last time before being completely devoured by the torrent, which ended its life, blinding it forever. I will sell the razor girls. Maybe I will make money cheap girls for sale from Ubeluna to the cheap lowly twin superscript 2. I accept cash and credit XD, no, but if someone wants to keep one let me know so I can be their new master. XD 100% real and not fake, more real than anything. Bruoia roared the red dragon as his power was overflowing, as well as destroying everything in his path until. Plaque. Something breaking sounded, and the brunette fell to the ground without his armor, while his face was filled with absolute exhaustion. I succeeded it, said the brown-haired boy smiling. I defeated him. Saying that Issei falls to the ground unconscious due to the large amount of power used by him while in the Juggernaut drive state. It seems that the Seekvaira has calmed down, but he said looking at where the body of the deceased Razor Phoenix once was, but what can be done? The rules didn't say anything about not killing your opponent, so more can be done. Saying that, a magic circle appears in his ear and seconds later a beautiful blonde comes out of a magic circle and runs to where the brunette was to hug him tightly and with love. Darling, you did it, said the blonde smiling while she put the brunette's face between her breasts as he slowly began to wake up. You did very well, darling. I promised you, Mercelita, said the brown-haired man smiling. I defeated him and you will no longer be used for favors by them. Yes, although you overdid it a little, said the blonde nervously looking around, but I'm still glad you made it, Issei. Far from that place. It seems that the Seekvaira has used the Juggernaut driver. It could be interesting. That Seekvaira is very strong, but it is still very weak if compared to those before, said the masked man seriously. Well behind were the three hooded women. I hope to have a battle to give him more strength. X will rest. Hyoudou Issei was in front of Sirzechs Lucifer, who showed a face full of seriousness but at the same time a smile. So this will be all, Sirzechs Lucifer? Asked the brown-haired man seriously. That's right, Seekvaira, said the Batrayed seriously. By the way, since you've won, you have the right to keep the retinue of the deceased Razor Phoenix, as well as the hand of my sister Ria's Gremory. I'm sorry but I declined the offer, said the brunette smiling, leaving the Batrayed confused. Why do you do it? The Batrayed said, confused. Anyone in your place would accept what was hard-earned without a second's hesitation. I know that, but I have more than enough with my dear Mercelita, said the brown-haired man smiling. Darling, you make me very happy, said the blonde, completely happy, hugging the brunette even more tightly. I'm completely glad of that, darling. I'm just telling the truth, Mercelita, said the brown-haired man smiling. So with that bird's entourage look for owners or masters, and about your sister let her choose her future husband at least, so goodbye Sirzechs Lucifer, Mercelita walking, it's time for us to go. Very well, darling, said the blonde smiling, a magic circle appearing at her feet to disappear from the place. The Seekvaira seems to have already chosen who to be with forever, said the Batrayed smiling. It will be very difficult for me to bring him to our side, but I will do what I can to have the legendary Seekvaira on my side. Back with Issei and Mercelita, they were both in their room and were kissing passionately. I miss doing this so much, darling, said the blonde, throwing the brunette towards the bed to climb on top of him and quickly take off his clothes. I really need you, darling. Me too, Mercelita, said the brunette smiling while he watched how the blonde, after taking off her clothes, began to take off hers. I've been waiting a long time to be able to do it once again with you. I'm glad about that, darling, said the blonde, lowering her face until she had the brunette's henna in front of her. I can finally feel darling's henna. I'm so happy. Lemon skipped. Of course, darling, said the blonde smiling as she approached the brunette to put her face on his chest and hug him affectionately. I'm glad I found you, darling, and I'll never leave your side. I'm also glad to have been found by you and to be saved so I can always be by your side, said the brown-haired boy smiling, and I hope it continues like this. New Succubus and a crow arrives. Hyoudou Issei was in his room resting after the exercises he did with Mercelita the night before. Well, he had the beautiful Succubus on top of him, which didn't bother him in the least that she was on top of him. Minutes later she woke up seeing her beloved brown-haired boy who looked at her with a smile. Good morning, darling, said the beautiful blonde Succubus smiling at her beloved Issei. He did everything he could so that she wouldn't be asked for more favors for being in Kuoh. Good morning, Mercelita, said the brunette smiling to kiss the blonde with love since she reciprocated. Darling, I really enjoyed our time alone together last night, the blonde said, smiling as she laid her head on the brunette's chest, and I hope it happens more often. I hope so too, Mercelita, said the brunette smiling while caressing his beloved's hair while looking at the clock, since there were half an hour left until classes started, so he had to break this beautiful moment for both of them. I'm sorry, Mercelita, but I have to go to the academy. I know, darling, you were absent for a month because of me, so I understand you, she said, getting out of bed while covering her erotic body with the blanket that covered them at night. So take a quick bath, darling, while I tell Rukia-san to make breakfast. Very well, Mercelita, said the brunette smiling as he watched his girlfriend leave the room. Wow, my life can't get any better than it is now. I circa n apostrophe t deny that, my friend, said Ddraig as the gem appeared on the brown-haired boy's left arm, but remember that the Seekvaira will always bring women as well as other beings that want to test your strength or kill you, so be careful and protect your females, and especially the one you love the most, because if something were to happen to her, you would never be able to forgive yourself, and who knows what would happen to you. I know it very well, Ddraig, said the brown-haired man sighing, but I still want to at least take a little break so I can be calm with Mercelita and also with Rukia and Maria, who are also marked by me. I know that, my friend, but what I am telling you is just a warning, and the target may be waiting for the right moment to attack and have the confrontation they are destined to have, where your females could get hurt or worse, said Ddraig with a tone full of seriousness. Remember that our powers are monstrous, and our confrontations could end the life of anyone who is within range of our battle, be it friend or enemy. I know very well, I know all that, Ddraig, said the brown-haired boy seriously. I will try to avoid fighting with the white one, but will that be possible? That's not lost, partner. The Seekvaira and the Hyoudou are destined to fight, they can be allies, and so far we have only been allies once, and that was to face the idiot biblical god, but even so we ended up here sealed in these things, said Ddraig very seriously. I see, said the brown-haired boy seriously, understanding. Well, I think I'd better go take a bath while Ddraig rests. Saying that, Issei heads off to take a quick shower, and after that he has a quick breakfast and then leaves heading to Kuoh Academy. Wow, being away from Kuoh for 3 months made me miss her, said the brown-haired man with nostalgia. Issei, due to being in his thoughts, collided with a person which caused the person he collided with to fall. I'm sorry, said the brunette, approaching the one who had fallen when they collided. And it's not my fault, I was distracted, said the woman looking the brunette in the eyes. A succubus, does Mercelita know about this? Said the brown-haired man in his mind. Are you a student at Kuoh Academy? The woman asked. So, I'm a student there, why? The brown-haired man asked, confused. Well, you see, I'm going to start teaching there, and I got lost, said the woman smiling. And what's your name? My name is Issei, Hyoudou Issei, and who are you? The brunette asked the woman. My name is Satuseki, said the woman, who was a black-haired woman with purple eyes and a great body, who was wearing red workout clothes, and her hair was tied in a ponytail, and she was wearing red glasses. It will be a pleasure, Hyoudou-kun. The pleasure will be mine, sensei, said the brown-haired man, giving her his hand to get up, to which she hesitated. What's going on, sensei? Do you want to stay there? The aim you very well, said the brunette, taking Issei's hand to get up, after which she looks at the brunette's face for a few seconds, surprised nothing happened. Hey, what do you mean? The brown-haired man asked, confused. Hey? And nothing, she said, laughing nervously. Then let's go, Hyoudou-kun, it's getting late. Very well, sensei, said the brunette, following the girl who was looking at him in surprise. It can't be that he was able to resist my aphrodisiac effect, but how is that possible? Or is it that I'll finally be able to have a partner? The brunette said in her mind while she began to smile, but when she realized what she was doing, she shook her head. No, he will be my student, so I should forget about that. What's happening to the sensei? The brunette said in his mind, confused. Has my dragon hormones already taken effect? Shit. While both were thinking that they had something in common, they arrived at the entrance of the academy where they separated. While Issei was heading to his classroom, he could hear several screams of men who were all looking with a big smile of happiness at a girl the same age as Issei, who had short blue hair and a good body which did not surpass Seiki or Mercelita, but was lustful. Another succubus. But she's Kurono-Kurumu, someone with a great reputation for being beautiful and beloved by the boys and girls at school, the brunette said seriously. She's also a succubus. Are all the beautiful women here some kind of supernatural being? Well, I'm not the least bit interested in what she is. Saying that, Issei decides to get away from there, since when he entered his classroom, he didn't realize that the light blue-haired girl named Kurono-Kurumu had been watching the brown-haired boy. Hey Irie, do you know who he was? She asked a blonde-haired girl standing next to her. I don't know, and now I'm not interested in Kurumu, said the serious blonde named Irie, who had her hair tied in 2 pigtails, as well as a great body. Come on Irie, don't be so grumpy, said the blue-haired woman smiling. You know that in the end we have to find someone from whom we have to supply ourselves forever, and none of them will be able to do it for long, so it's not worth it. I know that, but now none of that interests me. When my body reacts I will do it. Well, I am not interested in anything, she said, sighing. You must know something since I asked you to investigate everyone, she said seriously. Well, he was Hyoudou Issei, a simple normal boy who hangs out with the perverted duo, so everyone considers him one, the blonde said seriously. And speaking of other things, why don't we go now? I'm sick of being surrounded by people who drool over us. Very well Irie, said the blue-haired woman smiling, although in a certain way it is uncomfortable to be like this. After a few hours, when they could rest from classes, Issei was about to leave the classroom when he was stopped by his friends Motohama and Mitsuda, who looked at Issei with a smile. "What's up guys?" asked a brown-haired boy. "You see, Issei, why aren't we going to watch the women while they change?" asked a one with glasses with a perverted smile. "Or are you gay and won't join us?" the bald man asked, smiling. All the girls looked at the trio with annoyance and repulsion due to their perversion, but what Issei would say would surprise more than one. "Sorry guys, but it's over, I don't need to see other women naked, as long as I have a girlfriend, that's more than enough for me," said the brown-haired man seriously as he was about to leave again being stopped by the duo. "Didn't I tell you what happened? Do you have a girlfriend? That's impossible. No one would go out with you. Issei, you're just as perverted as us, if not more so," said the guy with glasses, annoyed. "I'm not a pervert, well, I'm moderate and I'm not going to spy on the girls all the time. You always forced me to go see them, but in the end you left me to my fate," said the brunette, annoyed. "So, I'm sorry, but I'm leaving." "No, you're lying to us, we're not going to believe you until you show us proof," they both said angrily. "Why should I show them proof? Why should they go around thinking about her? I'd kill them first before they even thought about her in a perverted way," the brunette said seriously, "so goodbye." After that Issei headed towards the small forest that was in the academy where he sat down and leaned against a tree while his eyes were closed and annoyed. "Those idiots, as if I was going to show them some image of Mercelita," said the brunette annoyed since shortly after he felt an extra weight on his legs and when he opened them he could see Maria who was smiling. "What's wrong Maria, why have you come?" "You see Issei, I came to see you," said the succubus slowly smiling. "I was bored and wanted to come spend some time with you." "That's what you're saying, but don't you want to do it with me?" the brunette asked seriously while she only nodded with a big smile while showing a lustful look. "If I want to do it Issei," she said smiling while taking off all of Issei's clothes to leave him completely naked. "Maria, don't you know I'm in class? Someone might notice," the brunette said seriously. "Don't worry, I put up a barrier so no one will see or hear us," said the loli smiling. "Ah, Sai, what can I do with you my little perverted succubus loli," said the brown-haired boy smiling. "Well, take off your dress to start doing it." "Yes," she said happily while she took off her dress with one jerk and when she did she approached the brunette's hennis to caress it with her cheek. "How much I missed Issei's hennis." Lemon skipped. "Well you did a good job Maria, so I'll give you what you wanted," said the brown-haired man releasing all his semen into the loli's mouth which swallowed it all without leaving a drop and with that she decided to fall asleep on the brown-haired man's legs. "Rest Maria." While in another place you could see a black-haired man on what appeared to be a throne since on his impalement there were 5 pairs of black wings. "So in the end you couldn't kill a simple human, Rainer?" the black-haired man said, annoyed. "You're really useless." "I'm sorry Gabriel-sama," said the black-haired girl, who fell in fear. "What does it matter how far my vision goes, a simple human won't make my plans go to shit," said the serious black-haired man. Gabriel first attacked despair. Hyoudou Issei was in his new home being that he was sleeping next to his beloved Mercelita, being that he was happy to have his girlfriend by his side and that happiness would never change. But as noon passed, Issei was now on one of the sofas in the living room and received a call through a magic circle from Ria's Gremory, which confused him quite a bit. "Mercelita, I'll go see what's going on with Ria's Gremory," said the brunette seriously, getting up from the sofa where he was next to Mercelita. "Issei, it's possible that she wants you in her entourage and perhaps she'll make you stay away from me," she said sadly thinking that Issei would separate from her. "Mercelita, you don't have to be sad," said the brunette smiling. "Even if she asked me that I would never accept it since my life is by your side as well as with Maria and Rukia, so I will never leave them and much less you, not even if they gave me all the money in the world and the most beautiful woman of all, I would never accept that since if I am by your side I don't need that and you for me are the most beautiful woman." "Darling," she said smiling while a few tears escaped, "I don't know why I doubt you darling if you are the best. You are a woman and now part dragon, so doubting me is common, or so Ddraig told me," said the brown-haired boy smiling. "So I will leave Mercelita." "Very well darling," said the blonde smiling. But that Issei leaves the residence to go straight to the Kuoh Academy, more specifically the occult club where Ria's Gremory, heir to the Gremory clan and ex-fiancé of Razor Phoenix who was now dead, was currently as well as her servants given by her clan to other clan heirs in order to maintain the union of clans and that it would not be affected by the death of its heir since now Ravel Phoenix, the youngest of the Phoenix, would take that position. After a few minutes Hyoudou Issei was at the entrance of the occult club being thoughtful about what he had felt a few days ago. Could that feeling have been fake? Or is the Hakuryuku close? "No, it can't be, I don't think so," the brunette said seriously, denying the idea as he entered the club. "That feeling is very strange, it's more like a danger than from my rival." When he finished speaking in his thoughts he had entered the room where Ria's Gremory was with her entourage. "Welcome Hyoudou Issei-kun," said the retard smiling. "Let's stop the formalities," Gremory said the brown-haired man seriously, "so let's talk about the main thing, why did you call me?" Well, that's very simple, Issei-kun, said Ria, smiling. There are two things I spoke to you about. The first is to thank you for having prevented and broken my engagement with the late Razor Phoenix. There is nothing to thank Ria's Gremory for, said the brunette seriously. I did the job your brother asked me to, and I fulfilled it, so they will stop bothering Mercelita. I see, very well, I understand, she said, smiling. Then let's go with the second thing, and that is I want you to join my entourage, Issei-kun. I'm sorry, but the offer is being declined, said the brunette seriously, surprising Ria's. May I know your reason for doing this? She said in surprise. Since there are thousands who would love the chance to join my entourage. The first is that I am not like those thousands who love and desire you, said the brunette seriously, and the second is because I already gave my life to Mercelita Igver, whom I will never leave, so I'm sorry, but I do not wish to be part of your entourage. Do you know that by being part of my entourage you will have benefits like an almost infinite life? She said seriously. I already know that, Ddraig told me a lot, apart from that I deduced it, and thanks, it sounds tempting for any human, but I still reject it, said the brown-haired man seriously. I wouldn't want to live forever if I have to protect and live with someone I don't love and that I must receive orders from that person. Wow, you're too deep, Issei-kun, said the redhead, understanding the feelings and the mission of the brunette very well. Then I think the negotiations failed. I think I should accept my defeat against the queen of the Succubi. She must make you very happy so that you don't want to separate from her. So Ed, and you don't know how much, said the brown-haired man, smiling. I would never change it for anything. I see, so I feel like I was completely humiliated, said the nervous redhead, but well, there's nothing you can do, so that's it. When Riaz was about to finish her sentence, they feel like everyone is sent to a pocket dimension, which confuses them completely since they did not know what was happening. This is a pocket dimension, but how? Riaz said, completely confused. I can't understand how someone could send us to this place without us noticing when they activated the magic. Is it easy to notice when they activate magic for that? The brunette asked seriously. That's right, said the redhead seriously. Anyone can feel when someone does that magic, or so Onisama told me, since I was only sent there once and the place felt completely different even though it was an exact replica. I see, said the brown-haired man seriously, looking out the window at several three-headed dogs spitting fire from their jaws. Aren't those Cerberus? Huh? Who could have brought them here? Riaz wondered, feeling the Cerberus glare at her angrily as they launched flames at the occult club. Damn. Not that, said the serious brown-haired boy, jumping out the window into the intense flame. Balance breaker. Saying that, Issei is covered by the armor of the Red Emperor Dragon, with which he deflects the flames of the Cerberus with a blow, causing them to focus on the brown-haired man. Riaz Gremory tries to call them out, Lucifer, and while your entourage defends you, if they are here it is possible that someone very strong is nearby, said the brunette seriously. Okay, Issei-kun, said the redhead, activating a magic communication circle, but something interfered when she tried. Communication with anyone outside the pocket dimension doesn't work. This has to be a joke, said the brown-haired boy, annoyed, hitting another of the Cerberus while dodging one. Who the hell could have done this? Issei-kun, we will help you, said the serious redhead. Not at all, Gremory, said the brown-haired man while with his arms he stopped two Cerberus who wanted to bite him. Being that another one came from the front with this, he kicked it, sending it far away. You keep yourself safe, Riaz Gremory, and that your servants protect you is essential. If the Gremory lose their heir, the clan will disappear, and I would end up being the guilty one for not protecting their heir. But she said, trying to make him accept. But nothing, Riaz Gremory, said the brunette seriously, while ending the life of a Cerberus. You protect your mistress, because if you don't succeed, you will be a failure as servants. Very well, said Riaz Gremory's servants, heeding what Issei said. After a few minutes, Issei had managed to finish off all the Cerberus. Although he was a little exhausted, he was able to recover due to the support of Riaz Gremory's bishop named Asia Argento. Thank you, said the brunette seriously while the blonde cured the brunette. Then it was nothing, you saved us and protected us, said the nervous blonde. That doesn't matter now, said the brunette seriously as he watched someone dressed as a priest approach them. Who are you? I'm sorry for the interruption, perhaps you were about to fornicate, Niahahaja, said the priest laughing like crazy. My name is Freed, and it's a pleasure, Demon Kun. I'm not a crazy damn demon, the brunette said seriously as the blonde walked away, so you'd better give up if you want to keep living. But never, Demon Kun. Kakabiel Sama said to eliminate you, and that's what I will do, said Freed, while licking a golden sword, so Excalibur-chan will help me a little, Niahahaja. You're really crazy, said the brown-haired man seriously. With a single cut your whole life will be shattered, Niahaha laughed, the albino launching himself at Issei when he stopped the sword with one hand. Impossible, how can you stop Excalibur-sama with just one hand? Shouldn't you die, damn demon? First, I am not a demon, and second, if you concentrate all your power in one point you can strengthen it until you can hold a legendary sword, as if it were nothing, said the brown-haired man seriously, while his body was surrounded by a crimson energy, and it takes the power of a Mao to break it, so I will use all of his power in a fraction of a second. Ddraig, give me that power juggernaut drive. But that said, Issei in a single instant obtained immense power with which he managed to split the Excalibur in half and send the priest to the limits of the place, leaving him unconscious and with serious injuries. Ugh, that was difficult, said the brunette seriously while calming his breathing. Using the power of the juggernaut drive even for a fraction of a second leaves me a little exhausted. Well, in the end, Freed ended up being completely useless, said someone sitting on a throne in the sky. Who are you? Issei asked seriously. He is Gabriel, a cadre of Gregory. He is someone that if you are not in the juggernaut drive, you will not be able to defeat, and that goes with your case, Issei said Ddraig with a serious tone. So a cadre, huh? Said the brown-haired man seriously. So the red dragon told you, huh? Gabriel said, smiling. Well then you must already know my name. I am Gabriel, one of Gregory's cadres and the strongest. Yes, of course you are the strongest and I am a Mao, said the brown-haired man seriously. You may be the strongest, but you have a shitty crow ego. It seems that you have not been taught manners, Seekvaira, said the black-haired Gabriel seriously, but if you want come and I will teach you. Well, thanks for the courtesy, said Issei, launching himself at Gabriel, but when he was about to hit him, the cadre stabbed one of their lightsabers into the brown-haired boy's hand, causing him to move away. Damn, it hurts. I see you're not a Seekvaira demon, the black-haired man said seriously, and why don't you join me instead? You'll have the most beautiful women of the fallen angels at your feet. I'm sorry Gabriel, but I already have personal problems with my ex-girlfriend who was also a fallen angel, so I'll pass, said the brown-haired boy smiling while taking out the sword from his right hand, and everyone thinks I'm a pervert who only thinks about hex. Oh, so Maria's Gremory sister had also offered you to be in her entourage, huh? Said the cadre smiling. That's right, but at least he didn't look at me like a pervert or an idiot, said the brunette smiling, and he didn't send me to a pocket dimension to convince me. Pocket dimension? Hahaha, this isn't a pocket dimension, I just altered the place so no one could interrupt us. We're still in the stupid city of Kuoh, but no one can get in or out of here, said the black-haired man smiling, so you better give up and join my Seekvaira. I'm sorry but I will never give up to a talking crow, said the brown-haired boy smiling, so here and now you will die Gabriel. I doubt that Seekvaira, since you haven't even seen when I stood in front of you, said the black-haired man smiling as he appeared in front of the brown-haired man, so you will suffer. Bad, said the brown-haired boy, receiving a blow to the stomach which sent him against the occult club building, causing quite a bit of damage. Damn, he's too fast, not even Razor could achieve that speed when he transformed. Not for nothing is he a cadre Issei, so you have to come up with a plan and not be attacking left and right, said Ddraig with a tone full of seriousness. I know that, but you, who are older and wiser, give me one, said the brown-haired man seriously. Your grandfather is old, he may be wise, but never old Issei, said Ddraig annoyed. Do you remember that sword that the crazy priest had a while ago? Huh? Yes, he said it was Excalibur, I think, said the brunette seriously, but I already broke it in half, so it's useless. You can make it serve once more, Issei, said Ddraig with a smiling tone, so go and take the Excalibur. I will transfer enough power to it for it to unite. You know that if this plan fails I'll die, right? Said the brown-haired boy seriously, since he didn't receive a response from Ddraig. Very well, I have no other option but to trust you, so I will. Saying that, Issei rushes towards the broken sword Excalibur, holding each part with one of his hands. What do you plan to do with that broken sword? Said the black-haired man smiling as he slowly approached Issei. You'd better surrender, Seekvaira. It's not for nothing that I killed the bearers of 2 of those swords. Damn, Ddraig, do it now, said the brown-haired boy annoyed. Fusion Sword Excalibur with boosted gear. Ddraig roared as the broken sword Excalibur began to shine brightly. Issei divides that sword in 2, it won't be able to withstand all the power I put into it. If you don't do it, it will turn to dust. Damn it, very well, said Issei annoyed, taking the sword from the opposite sides of the handle. Separate yourself, damn Excalibur, once and for all. Saying that, Issei manages to separate the legendary sword into 2, one being black and the other green. It worked, said the brown-haired boy smiling. That's right, Issei, and now these swords are called Excalibur Elucidator, said Ddraig seriously, while Issei looked at the black sword. The other one is called Excalibur Dark Repulsor. Wow, I feel like the sacred energy is overflowing from these swords, said the brown-haired man smiling. Very well Gabriel, let's see what power you have now that I have the Excalibur. Not bad, Seekvaira, but if you were to use external weapons I will do it too, said Gabriel, as an infinity symbol formed by 2 purple snakes appeared in his right hand. Give me the power of Ophis Ouroboros. What? The brown-haired boy said, surprised that Gabriel's power was increasing very quickly. how could you? That's easy, I assumed it would be difficult to defeat you, so I asked an old man to give me a little power, and he accepted without hesitation for a single second, said the black-haired man smiling. Even if you have increased it, it will be of no use, said the brown-haired man seriously, since you will be finished off by me today. Battle to the death. Issei, the current Seekvaira, was in front of Gabriel, who had increased his power thanks to one of Ophis Ouroboros snakes. But even so, he would not give up, since now carrying the two most powerful Excalibur, he had so many chances to win against Gabriel, and that was the thought that came to his head, since, even though the sacred swords were very strong, his opponent was Gabriel, a cadre of Gregory, and he should not let his guard down at any moment. Very well, Seekvaira, I want to see if you can match my new power, said Gabriel smiling, because even if you have the original Excalibur divided into two that maintain the original power, you will not be able to defeat me. We'll see about that right now, Gabriel, said the brunette seriously, so Ddraig is counting on you to give me as much power as I ask for. Saying that, they both launched themselves at each other, with Issei trying to cut the cadre, but each attempt was in vain and only managed to graze his body and cause minimal damage, while the cadre managed to hit him on all parts of the armor, causing it to quickly be destroyed, and they moved away to take a breath. Haha, it's been a while since I had a battle like this, and even though everything is decided, it amuses me, said the black-haired man smiling. Tell me, Seekvaira, don't you feel the emotion of the moment? I'm not a battle addict, so don't compare me to you, said the brown-haired man seriously, while increasing the power of the Excalibur as well as his own, so finish this once and for all, Gabriel. Very well, Seekvaira, said the cadre smiling, launching themselves at Issei. Both this time were even more even, although he saw Gabriel's advantage, who only seemed to be playing with Issei, which made him furious. Damn, more power, said the brunette annoyed, while the gems blinked every second even more. Dragon Booster Ddraig roared, giving Issei a great power at one point, with which he managed to cut off Gabriel's hand, who screamed in pain. Ah, damn you, he said while holding the part where he was cut. You will pay for this. This is just the beginning, Gabriel, said the brown-haired boy smiling while trying to dodge Gabriel's blows as he received a large amount, causing a large part of his armor to disappear quickly and him falling to his knees, exhausted. My shit, I must continue. It's better if you surrender, Seekvaira, you've made me angry, and if you don't surrender I'll kill you, besides your body won't be able to withstand so much power, said Gabriel seriously. No, I won't give up at all, said Issei, standing up. If I give up you will kill hundreds, no thousands of people just because of your greed, and I won't allow that. Well, the Seekvaira wants to sound heroic, but he will die protecting his city, said the cadre smiling. I will not die, said the brown-haired man seriously. It is impossible for me to die right now. I promised her, I told her that I would never leave her. Well then you'll have to break that promise, said Gabriel, launching himself at Issei to hit him in the stomach, making him vomit blood. Haha. Ma damn, if I suffer you will suffer even more, said the brown-haired man, stabbing Gabriel in the stomach with his sword, making him writhe in pain. Haha, who's laughing now? Damn it, he said, kicking Issei, sending him against a building and thereby taking out the sacred sword. I think I should stop being confident that this Seekvaira is too dangerous. You barely noticed, said the brown-haired man emerging from the rubble. Several have already died by my hand, so killing a cadre won't affect me at all. Don't act funny, Seekvaira, said Gabriel smiling. You will never be able to beat me, everyone knows that, a human, even if he has the power of the boosted gear, and the Seekvaira can never beat me. We'll see about that, said the brown-haired boy smiling. So come against me, Gabriel, if you have the balls. Very well, you asked for it, said Gabriel, launching himself at Issei, creating a sword of light to stab it into the side of Issei's abdomen, causing a lot of blood to spurt out. Did you like this, Seekvaira? Tell me if why you like this, said the brown-haired man, stabbing the two Excaliburs into Gabriel's chest, causing him to vomit blood. Even though you said you wouldn't trust me, you lowered your guard, Gabriel. Ma damn you, said Gabriel, moving away while blood flowed from his chest, even though with his only hand, he tried to stop it from coming out. And I won't die yet, and if I die what better way than seeing how my enemy is killed. Riz of him, do your thing. Saying that, he takes out a paper with a magic symbol from his clothes and bathes it with his blood so that it would shine, and thus a silver-haired man would come out of the place. Oh, Gabriel, you couldn't defeat the human I asked you to kill. How bad for you. I think I'll do this my own way, said the silver-haired man smiling while kicking the body of the deceased cadre. You must be the Seekvaira, right? What do you want? Said the exhausted brunette while covering the wound with his left hand. You have enough power to kill a cadre, but I see it was thanks to something external, the silver-haired man said, smiling. So why don't you join me? Someone of your caliber would be well received by my organization. Yes, I'm sorry, boo, but I already have someone to work for and I would never leave her, said the brunette smiling. Well, what does it matter, said the silver-haired man seriously, looking towards the old building, and he smiled when he saw the redeed. You must be Ria's Gremory, sister of the false Mao Sirzechs Gremory, or am I wrong? How do you know that? The redeed said seriously. Just like you, I am a demon, but I do not work for anyone, I am my own boss, and what I seek is to bring the underworld to its former glory, and no one will stop that, said the silver-haired man. My name is Rizavam Livan Lucifer, son of the original and only Mao Lucifer, and the murderer of Ria's Gremory. Saying that he throws a large sphere of demonic power which creates an explosion. Well, what will Sirzechs say when he sees that his sister is dead? Said the silver-haired man smiling and then changing to a serious look. Or maybe not, I see that even when you are on the verge of death, you are still fast Seekvaira. Do you think I'll let you cause more problems for my beloved because of this? Said the brown-haired man seriously, since the entire back part of the armor could be seen destroyed, although Ria's Gremory was practically intact, as well as most of her entourage, although only one was unconscious, as she felt she was about to die. I would like to be healed, but your bishop is unconscious. Will you still fight in those conditions? Ria said in surprise. It's impossible even for a dragon to fight in such a deplorable state. I know, but I can't do anything else, I must protect you, Ria's Gremory, said the brown-haired man seriously. If I don't do it and I die next to you, your brother as well as the entire underworld will blame Mercelita for me and maybe kill her, something that I can't let happen. You keep fighting even though you know you might die. That's crazy, the redeed said seriously. You'd better rest, because my entourage and I will finish it off. Don't be an idiot, Ria's Gremory, he's not someone you can just face like nothing, said the brunette furiously. I can feel it, he has a power similar to your brother's, he's someone dangerous, much more than Gabriel. But you can't do anything anymore, just look at you, you have a large wound on the left side of your abdomen, and on your back, you've done more than enough, so it's better if you give up and leave it to us, even if we're going to die, someone has to try to stop it, said the serious redeed. I'm sorry for what I'm going to do, Gremory, said the brown-haired boy smiling, but if this guarantees their survival it doesn't matter, Ddraig can use the dragon gate on them. It's hard to say Issei, unless you put a marker trace of a dragon on the Gremory, it won't ''t work, said Ddraig seriously. I see, so you must be at least 1% dragon, huh? Said the brown-haired boy smiling as he makes his gauntlet disappear and makes a cut on his arm. Ria's Gremory, you and your entourage drink my blood if you can escape. I refuse, Ria said, being interrupted. It's a damn Gremory order and I won't say it once again, the brunette shouted furiously. If I die, I don't want to be remembered as someone who couldn't save a simple girl, so do it now or I'll kill you and your entourage myself. Very well, Issei-kun, Akeno, Kaneko, Hyoudou, do what he asks us, said the redeed. Saying this, everyone drinks the chestnut tree's blood and when he finishes, he burns the cut, closing it. You very well, Ddraig, do it now, said the brunette seriously. Very well, Issei, I will do it, says Ddraig, managing to create a door with the symbol of a western dragon which opens. Enter, now that my partner and I will stop that demon, no matter what it costs. Very well, Seekvaira, said Ria's, entering with her entourage to disappear from there. Ddraig, how many chances do you think we have against that demon? Asked Issei while trying to burn the open part of his abdomen, but due to the intense pain he felt he couldn't close it. Our chances in your state are less than 20%, Issei, with luck 15%, said Ddraig seriously. Unfortunately I do ''t think you can beat him, unless you give it your all from the start. If you want to see your wife once more you'll have to do it, Issei. Damn, and when my life was starting to improve, said the brown-haired boy, annoyed while his armor was repairing itself, and when it was at 100%, he left the building towards where his enemy was. Very well, demon, let's have a confrontation. So Ria's Gremory and her entourage escaped, huh? Said the silver-haired man smiling. Well then I'll find a way in which I can capture and kill her. That will only be done over my dead body, demon, said the brown-haired man seriously, so come right now. You are so fast, Seekvaira, said the silver-haired man smiling to appear in front of the brown-haired man, so you will suffer instead from Sirzechs' sister. Saying that, the silver-haired man hits Issei several times in the stomach, making him vomit blood, as well as making his wound open even more, causing him to lose even more blood. Hold on, thought the brown-haired man, receiving each blow from the demon, even though he could barely resist them. Damn it. Come on, Seekvaira, if you killed Gabriel you must be better than just a punching bag, said the silver-haired man, hitting him in the face and throwing him against the building. Will that be all? Damn Gremory, hurry up, call your brother, said the pained brown-haired boy. Hurry up, Gremory. What are you whispering, kid? The silver-haired boy said seriously as he threw several spheres of demonic power at Issei, causing him even more pain. Hurry, damn it. The brown-haired man shouted with all his soul while he was massacred by the silver-haired man's attacks. While in the demonic world, Ria's Gremory was running in the mansion of Mao Lucifer, being that she enters agitated to the office of Mao Sirzechs Lucifer. What's wrong, Ria's? The redeed asked, confused. "Oh Onisama-e, the Seikryuute Issei-kun is being attacked at Kuoh Academy," she said agitatedly. "What are you saying?" the Retid said, surprised. "The Gabriel attacked us by surprise, but he was seriously injured, although he defeated him someone else arrived, and he was much stronger than Gabriel," she said agitated. "He said to be rid of him. The Seikryuute is in danger Rias, he will never be able to defeat him," said the Retid seriously, "so Rias calls Grayfia, Ajuka, Serafal and Falbium." "Is it that dangerous?" she said, confused. "That's right, we're talking about someone strong, the son of the original Mao Lucifer who has a strength comparable to mine, and even if I can defeat him, he may have reinforcements," said the serious Retid. Back with Issei who was without his armor with several bones and faces, as well as losing a lot of blood, while he continued to be beaten by the silver-haired man. "Ahaha Seikryuute, are you giving up, do you want to come to my side?" said the silver-haired man smiling. "Ha never," said the brown-haired boy weakly, "and I see you I will win. Don't make me laugh anymore," she said, hitting him in the stomach. Damn and I don't know you'll still be alive," said the brown-haired boy with difficulty putting his left hand on the silver-haired boy's face. "Dragon shoot." Saying that Issei throws a torrent with all the force he could, even though apneas tickled the silver-haired boy. "Is that all Seikryuute?" said the silver-haired man seriously, putting his hand into the brown-haired man's wound, causing him to scream in pain. "Tell me what you feel now." "Ah damn it," she screamed in pain. I'm sorry Mercelita boo, but I won't be able to come back hee. While at Mercelita Igver's mansion she felt nervous. "Darling," she said nervously, since something told her he wasn't well. "Rukia-san, Maria darling is back." "No Mercelita-sama," said the older albino. "Issei is still at Kuoh Academy." "I feel the darling is not well," she said putting Susan's on her chest. "Darling." Back with Issei who continued to be massacred by the son of the original Mao. "And I can't go on," said the brown-haired boy smiling in pain as he continued to be beaten by Rizavim Ddraig. "Hate to say it boo, but it's my end." "I know, mate, there is no other way to do it. I was able to receive a response from Ria's Gremory, but it will take 10 minutes, said Ddraig seriously. "I will never be able to bear that," said the brown-haired man, breathing heavily. "Mercelita is I hope you forgive me for not coming back." "It's your end Seikryuute," said the silver-haired man, piercing Issei's chest with his hand. "It's all you had to suffer for ruining my plan." Saying that, Rizavim leaves the place. "Is this all I could do?" the brown-haired boy said in his thoughts. "I shouldn't must go back." "Rest Issei, I will never forget you," said Ddraig, while the gem on his gauntlet turned off. "Me Mercelita," said the brunette raising his hand to the sky while tears fell from his face. I'm sorry." Saying that his life went out. 10 minutes later Ria's Gremory and her brother Sirzechs arrived at Kuoh Academy, but upon arrival they only found destruction, blood all over the place, as well as Gabriel's body. "We didn't arrive in time," said Rias falling to her knees. "Even though he did everything so we could escape he didn't succeed." "I'm sorry Rias," Sirzechs said seriously. "I think I'll tell this to Mercelita Igver, she's the one who will be most affected." After half an hour, Mercelita Igver was informed of this and burst into tears upon learning what had happened to the person she loved more than anything in the world. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.